I hope this little time together will be encouraging to you as we hunker down during this pandemic. I thought I would take time 3 times a week and bring a message of challenge and hope while we are apart. This day I want to talk to you about anxiety. Anxiety is a very real experience in life. It is heightened in times of separation from others and in times of threat and change. Anxiety can cause physical responses such as breathing difficulties, chest pain, concentration problems, and digestive issues, just to name a few. It can also cause mood changes and even depression, as anxiety taxes the system, which produces serotonin and dopamine, which affect the brain. Anxiety is real and has been around a while. Peter, one of Jesus' followers and a leader in the early church, wrote about it. Here's what he said: "Humble yourselves, therefore, under God's mighty hand, that he may lift you up in due time. Cast all your anxiety on him, because he cares for you." Søren Kierkegaard, a Danish philosopher and theologian, wrote, "Anxiety is the dizziness of freedom." And by freedom, he meant the freedom of possibilities in life, those times of which there are so many options that we stall out. For most of us, anxiety comes with the unknown result of a medical test, the unknown security of your finances. The key is that anxiety is primarily a fear about what could happen, but hasn't happened yet. Jesus told his disciples and tells us as well, "Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own." Again, anxiety has more to do with tomorrow than it does today. So Jesus says, don't go there. So Peter's advice is really helpful. Humble yourselves, therefore, under God's mighty hand, that he may lift you up in due time. Cast all your anxiety on him, because he cares for you. Now, there are a couple of things I want to point out here that I believe will really help us. First, Peter says, cast all your anxiety. If you know about Peter, I know what you're thinking. Peter was a fisherman, so casting is a fisherman thing. You cast your nets out to catch fish. So throw your anxiety on Jesus. Well, the only problem with that is the idea that when you cast your net, you have to drag it back. So it's like, here, Jesus, take my anxiety. Now that you have it, I need to kind of reel it back in. Doesn't accomplish anything. The second is, casting isn't a bad translation. It just doesn't do justice to the Greek word. The Greek word translated casting means transfer weight. So transfer the weight of your anxiety on Jesus is what Peter is really saying. The New Living Translation may say it a little bit better. Give all your worries and cares to God. Give them to Jesus and don't take them back. There's another little jewel I want to share. You see, in the English translation of verses 6 and 7 of chapter 5 of 1 Peter, there is a period between the verses. Humble yourselves, therefore, under God's mighty hand, that he may lift you up in due time. Period. Cast all your anxiety on him, because he cares for you. It comes right after that word time, and I expressed it. In actuality, the thoughts of verse 6 and 7 are connected. So the thought is, humble yourself and give all your worries and cares to God. In other words, stop trying to man up. Stop trying to carry it alone. Stop trying to tell yourself you don't need help or you don't need anyone. Humble yourself, realizing you need God to take the weight of your anxiety, your fear away. Peter doesn't forget to remind us why. Because he, God, cares for you. So there you have it. The uncertain days, that we live in our separation from one another, in the midst of the unknown, transfer the weight of your worry on Jesus, because he cares for you.